And so all the Penn State players were running off the field, and all of a sudden, this big linebacker-looking dude for Penn State just stops and says to Joe, like, hey, man, what's going on? And Joe's all like, hey, what's going on, man? And he's like, he goes, you didn't tell me you were coming here? And Joe's just kind of like, he just kind of went with it. At first, I thought the kid thought he was a comedian, but with Joe's mustache, I guess he looked like one of his former coaches. And Joe, like, just went with it because he didn't, I don't know what. And they both give each other this giant fucking bear hug. And Joe's going like, yeah, man. And the other guy's like, yeah. And they hug each other and then they leave. And I go to Joe, Joe, I'm telling you, man, that mustache is working. Look at people remember you from your comedy. Because I remember when I was in Atlantic City at the sports book, people went right past me and they went up to him. I'm going, dude, I'm telling you, that fucking mustache, it solidifies the whole thing. The shit that you talk about and how you look, you now look like your act. And that's what I thought it was. And he goes, no, man. He goes, I think he thought I was one of his coaches. I go, he thought you were one of his coaches? He goes, yeah. He said, hey, coach. I thought he said, I like your comedy. But he said, coach. I didn't know you were coming to the game. And I go, well, why did you hug him then? He goes, I didn't want to ruin his moment. So what's funny to me is now that kid is going to fucking text his coach saying thanks for coming out. And he's going to be like, I wasn't at the game. And now he's got to think, who the fuck did I hug? So if anybody from Penn State is listening from the team and you hear that kid tell the story, tell him that he hugged Joe Bartnick, the Mike Ditka of stand-up comedy, who I think now we got to call him the coach or something like that. Coach Bartnick. Dude, you should have seen the hug the kid hugged Joe like he really was one of his coaches and helped him turn him into a man and get him, strong enough mentally or whatever the hell the great things coaches do for these kids to get him to a Division I program. So anyway, there's 5:17 left.